Hi, in this video I'll just be giving you a quick rundown of the main elements of the PISim user interface. So you can see here that we have PISim with control configuration loaded. The first elements of the interface is the standard Windows menus along the top. So the file ones allows you to open and save configurations. We've talked a bit about that in other videos. The edit menu allows you to undo changes. There'll be a history of changes. There's options in there that allow you to change the default unit system. Backgrounds, the background menu is used to add control panel backgrounds. The lessons menu handles user records, so you can sign in, sign out, you can see your learning record, and you can also select the course that you actually want to undertake. There's also a help menu which has the help files and also has the license details and allows you to enter a license code. The license is only there if you actually make a contribution towards PISim. You'll get a license code that will remove the nag messages that you will occasionally get when using PISim. Okay, underneath the normal menu you can see there's a whole bunch of buttons. All of these buttons are concerned with controlling the PISim simulation, so we'll talk about that later. There's the simulation time, so that's just a clock that shows you what time it is in the simulation you're running. Down the left hand side there's a whole bunch of buttons that bring in different aspects of editing the P&I diagram that you have on the right. Okay, so you've got the edit menu. In the edit menu you get this cursor which you can use to move elements about, or you can right click on them, copy components, delete components, configure components. Connection menu gives you a nice wiring thing and it allows you to drag connections from output ports to input ports. Wire positioner is just an element that allows you to position wires, it lets you route wires around about the thing. Control panel devices are these things, there's function elements and there's also dynamic function elements that we can add to the diagram too. Let's just get rid of those just now. This thing here is the main sort of PISim window, and it shows you the P&I diagram of the simulation itself plus any control configuration that you've actually added on it. So there's the devices and the connecting lines as well. On the right here is a control panel that's been created by the person that's configured this control scheme. So control panels aren't fixed. In PISim you can actually build as many control panels as you like. You can put a background on it. In this case I've put a brushed aluminium background on it, but you can put any background on it you want. A picture of your house or your kids or your dog or whatever, that could go be the control panel background. And you can actually drag and drop virtual devices onto the control panel, and all these virtual devices will actually operate. So when you press this button on the controller you can increment things and these values will change when the simulation's running and so on. So that's just a quick look at the overall user interface. As you look at other videos you'll get things in much more detail. But thanks very much for listening.